If you need to file for a B1, B2 extension, or you need to file B1, B2 in lieu of another visa category, you're going to want to watch this video. Hi everyone, this is Joseph Zhang. I'm the managing partner here at Zhang & Associates. We specialize in solving legal problems with creative solutions. So today's success story is about a B1, B2 extension in lieu of an O1 Extraordinary Ability visa. So a B1, B2 visa is a tourist visa, typically. You're typically here for about 6 months, but sometimes it's not enough to get what you want to do, and so you need to file an extension to get an additional 6 months. And then sometimes you don't want to really leave after you are in the US on a tourist visa, so you want to change to a different status. In this case, our client wanted to stay in the US for a much longer period, so he wanted to apply for an O1 Extraordinary Ability visa. So the client came to us about 2 weeks before his B1, B2 status was about to expire. He entered the US about 5 months ago. He had about 2 weeks left. So the backstory to this client is we actually secured his EB1A approval already, meaning he's already in line to get his green card. But due to the priority date, he couldn't get it yet. Didn't tell us that he was entering the country, didn't tell us he was here, and then he entered on a B1, B2 visa, and he decided, you know what, I don't want to leave the US. I already got my EB1A. If I could just stay here for about a year or 2 years, then when my EB1A priority date is ripe, then I could directly get a green card. I already made all the plans. I want to be here. I already bought a house. Everything. So the first task was to very quickly put together an application to file for his B1, B2 extension. Now, unlike other normal B1, B2 extensions where you just want to go to Disneyland, you want to go to Yosemite, you want to travel to New York, and you have the funds to do so, in this case, we want to be honest. He already has his EB1A approved. He was going to stay here after the 6 months and change his status to an O1 visa. So in this B1, B2 extension, we had to prepare a mini O1 application as well. So we submit everything. And after the submission, we have time to prepare the O1 better, and so we can submit his O1 extension after that, right? So 5 months ago, he came in on a tourist visa. His status was about to expire. We file a B1, B2 extension to get him additional 6 months. And in the course of the 6 months, maybe 2 months before this extension expires, we file the change of status to an O1. So now he's enter B1, B2, extension B1, B2, and now change to O1. And then from the O1, after that gets approved, once the priority date is current on his EB1A, then he adjusts status to get his EB1A, get his green card. Okay, so that's the entire strategy. A lot of things we have to do in this short amount of time. First, we need to prove that he entered in the US, he didn't lie to the CBP officer. We prepared all the application for that. We have to show that he wasn't illegally working, that he came in with the qualifying B1, B2 regulations. He has enough sufficient funds to fund everything that he's doing, including the extension and including the O1. We have to prepare all the O1 documents, at least a mini version of it, to show what his US intent was. We have to show what his business plan is, the mini version of that in 2 weeks. Put it together, file it. Here's a complication. It typically takes USCIS about 4, 5, sometimes even 7 months to adjudicate a B1, B2 extension. So I know what you're thinking. If it takes about 6 to 7 months to adjudicate this B1, B2 extension, and you're really only asking for 6 months, then what's the whole point, right? Well, that's a tricky thing. So in about 4 to 5 months, the B1, B2 extension hasn't been adjudicated yet. We already have the O1 application and we file that. About 2 months after we file the O1 extension, then the B1, B2 extension gets approved. We put that into his O1 application RFE, and then his O1 gets approved. It's an extremely complicated process, I know. You file the B1, B2 extension first, then before the B1, B2 extension is approved, you file the O1, and then when you get the request for evidence, hopefully you already got the B1, B2 approval, then you put it in, then you submit it. I know it's complicated, but it's totally doable, and the client is super happy because now he's already got his O1 approved and his EB1A is about to be current and he's filing for adjustment of status. So even though there is this slight delay between his EB1A approval to the time that he can actually be in the US to get adjustment of status and get a green card, during this time, you could use this type of format, B1, B2 extension. You stay here for a whole year and then change it to an O1. O1 is basically like a mini version of an EB1A. There are slight differences, which we will talk about in a different video, but totally doable. So this is a creative solution to solve a unique legal problem. So that is our B1, B2 extension success story video for you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you like this type of video where it's creative solutions solving legal problems, please subscribe, like us, and we constantly trying to create new videos similar to this to provide for the public. Thank you. Take care.